If you're like me, you've got a task list of 158 things to do. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how to not be overwhelmed with it.
I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the place. I'm talking one. It's one all, one shot. Now the future is yours. Go!
What's up, guys? It is Wisdom Wednesday, and on Wisdom Wednesdays, we talk about things that I have learned from other people, things that I've learned from my experience, and task management, time management is one thing that has always held me down. I've never been the best task manager. I don't manage my time the best. Tons of books out there, theories, things like that, but I finally came to a realization after I was looking at my task list of things that I had to get done, and this is 3 days old and that's 1 week old. I was like, this is depressing. I've got this long list, and regardless of the systems that you have, whether you track them through your phone or you have software or third-party things, for me personally, it just didn't matter. Any system was just broken because I hated looking at it because of all these tasks to do. And so when I'm looking at this long task list, I'm like, this is depressing knowing that I have to get all this done, even if it's been prioritized, and even if my project managers have been prioritizing it for me. It's still, when I look at it, I'm like, where do I begin? I don't want to do that. I don't have time to do that. I've got this small window of time to do something, and I'm going through my list to where I end up going down and I'm just picking and choosing, which is not effective either. Some of you may know that I follow Andy Frisella of First Form, which is a supplement company, and he has a podcast called the MFCEO. It's like usually #1 in business. So I would urge you guys to check it out. But in that podcast and in other podcasts and books that I've read, it talks about this subject of scaling down your list of things to do. And when I was listening to his podcast a couple months ago, he had this thing where it's a list of 5. And there's been some books that I've read in the past that were talking about lists of 3, but it's basically the 5 critical tasks that you have to get done in a day. And I tell you, once I implemented this, things were way smoother for me throughout my day, because you get to actually succeed instead of just going through this task and being like a robot. So here's the rules of it. There's basically 5 things that you have to get done in a day, and that's it. So you make your list of 5, and some of them can be personal things, some of them can be personal development things, some of them can be like home related if you're trying to get into a new diet or eating routine or fitness thing, anything like that. It's just basically 5 main tasks that you have to get done in a day, and once those tasks are done, then you can basically check a box in your brain saying that I was successful for that day. And by doing that, what it does psychologically for you is it gives you that positive reinforcement and that sense of completion and finishing something. And I know some of you guys are sitting there thinking like, 5 things, I need to do like 14 things in a day. And if you can do 14 things and that's your critical task list, then maybe cut it down to 10. For me, it's 5 main core impactful things that take a decent amount of time. This isn't things that just take like 2 minutes. So from a psychological standpoint, it makes you get that reward, and it makes you more positive to then look at the next day and be like, what are the 5 things I have to do then? So when I implemented it, I basically kept 1, sometimes 2 things for myself, things that I have to do for myself, whether it's a new routine or something personal, to the standpoint where I can't just give out all 5 things to the team that we have at the agency, but then, so I keep 1 or 2 to myself typically on a day, and then I have 3 slots open from there. And so those 3 slots, because I've got things that I need to do from a sales business development standpoint for the business and overall CEO standpoint, but then we've got the client stuff and prospecting and all these other things. So I've got my own things I have to do, and then I say to my team, all right, you've got 3 things today that you can assign to me that have to get done today, and they will get done. And I'm telling you, once I implemented that, the team is like, wow, we're not having to wait, we're not piling things onto me and doing and making me just super frustrated that I can't get these things done or things aren't delayed. So I test it out to people saying, you know, you get 1 thing, I will do 1 thing regardless of what it is, as long as it's not something that takes like 3 days to do. But what is the 1 thing that you need me to get done today? And then go to another project manager and say, what are the 2 things that you need me to get done today for your clients or for things that you're working on? Or just go to the team and say, I've got 3 spots open. It is insanely effective. And I feel like when I was in B2B sales and marketing, and even when I was in manufacturing, industrial with engineering and stuff like that, it's just always these lists of lengthy things, and you're checking the box and going through, and it's just this repeat over and over and over again. By breaking it into small groups, I'm doing 5, Lots of people say 3, you can do 10 if you want, but break it into these small little micro groups, and then you're basically trying to win the day by completing those things, and then the next day doing the same thing over and over again. Your positivity, your mentality, the mindset that you have is gonna increase drastically, and you're gonna actually look forward to doing those things the next day, and you're gonna not look at this giant list that just depresses the crap out of you. All right, so I wanna clarify something. Let's say that you're starting a new diet or you're starting a new workout routine. That is one of your 5 things because you're not used to it, you don't have the muscle memory. Let's say that you're doing something new with LinkedIn and you're trying to utilize LinkedIn, and it's new, so you've never done it consistently before, so you don't have that muscle memory. One of those 5 things on your list is to go to the gym, is to eat a healthy lunch or 6 times a day, or it is to go on and spend 30 minutes on LinkedIn sending out cold messages. Once that becomes muscle memory, that is no longer on your list of 5 things, okay? Once it is something that you are consistently doing on your own, it's not on this list, then you free up that time. So it's not just a matter of taking 100 things and breaking them into groups of 5 and being like, do those 5, and this is gonna take me 6 months to complete. It's doing things that you don't have the muscle memory to and that you're not used to, having it on the list every single day. That's one of your 5 things that you have to do. But once it's been, programmed into your brain, it's part of your routine, move it off, put something else in its place. So this is the fastest way you can get through something, win the day, and actually feel like you succeeded. If you guys like this content, share this with one person that you know, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.